The dream is real. Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the authentic voice of culture. We are TKBS, and I am your lifestyle specialist, Kenny Burns. I got boogers in my nose.
Oh, no. And I am Kendra Taylor.
Yep, this is how it goes, y'all. This is not a joke. We did not practice this. I'm Dr. Sugar. Hey, y'all.
Hey, beautiful humans. How y'all doing? Where was y'all in the world this weekend, child? I see y'all on panels, and I'm taking all the credit for it.
Absolutely not. We are who we are because we are who we are. Let's do that. We do love you, and we do love TKBS, but I'm Sheryl Rae Reid, period. Okay?
Come on. Well, tell me, Sugar, how was your weekend, beautiful?
Let me tell you something. We had the absolute best time in Louisville, Kentucky, being on this panel, being an authentic voice. And it was just amazing. And you know, we always gonna rep TKBS.
Always, baby.
So we did a radio interview. It was just Ken, go ahead, because I was just gonna keep going.
The radio interview was 2 hours. Okay. We gave it to the people, okay? Yeah. And I really enjoyed it because the room was filled with some beautiful people, beautiful souls. The energy was good. The reason why we were there was amazing. We were there for Sister Songs.
Mm-hmm. Sister Song Women of Color. And it is a reproductive justice collective.
Yes. And so their movement is moving for Black women, trust Black women, and just going around the country, putting the word out there in regards to the dangers of Roe versus Wade and educating people on it's not just not wanting to have a child, it's a matter of life and death and the injustice when it comes to women seeing doctors and the bias that is given of women of color. We are 3 to 4 times more to lose our life in childbirth than our white counterparts. So it's a great movement that's happening, and I enjoyed my time down there.
That's amazing. Round of applause for you. Wait, so Kendra, did you curse? Did you cuss? Did you give them Kansas City, or did you reel it in a little bit?
I was on the radio and I caught myself because I was like, because some men like ass. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm on the radio.
She stopped herself.
You said that on the radio? Yeah, round of applause.
She stopped before she said it. She was like, some men like behinds or bottoms or butts. Yeah. And then she was like, and some men are more breast men. She did great. She did great.
I know how to talk when I need to. And then at the panel, I had to say a little something because I'm like, look, this is some real shit. And I had to, be relatable in that way in that audience because it was real what we were discussing at that time. So it was amazing. I had a great time. I would always go back and support them in whatever they are doing.
Sugar, you had a good time, baby. Smiling the whole time. I was like, she is cheesing.
Listen, let me tell you, I did my very best to be completely present. And being completely present in that space was so easy because we were just like, okay, how do you want us to do this, and this? And we're trying to make sure that we arrive like we should.
That's right.
And they were like, however you arrive, be your authentic self. I said, say less. So it was easy to be there. Yep. So shout out to Dr. Ananicia Williams and Lauren Reynolds. We love y'all. We can't wait to do more things with you.
Yes, and thank you for hosting my superheroes, my co-hosts, my partners in crime. I was very proud seeing all the visuals. It's like it's the stage and the professional pictures for me. You know what I'm talking about? Because y'all deserve all the things. You know what I'm talking about? So another round of applause for y'all. I'm so happy that y'all did that. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have a great weekend. Ended up exceptional. We're gonna get into that momentarily. But we lost DJ Clark Kent. Thursday night. And if you know me, you know that he is my big brother, who was Big's brother. I don't know if you remember that verse.
My big brother was Big's brother. Used to be Dame and Big's brother.
But he is single-handedly responsible for taking me out of the clubs and, putting me in the game. Back in 1992, I met DJ Clark Kent at a club called Plastics here in Atlanta. And I was watching this guy work and I was just amazed. Everything I loved about hip hop, he was doing on the ones and twos. And, I was a player And I'm not just going up to nobody on no fanfare like, yo, my name is such and such. You need to know me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, how can I book him for a party? My whole goal in college was to become what I saw Puff Daddy do at Howard University when I was in high school. So I was like, I'm gonna book him. So fast forward a year later, 1993, I was the party king. And I was like, it's time to book DJ Clark Kent. And I reached out to him, booked him that night, rocked on the mic with him. And literally from that moment on, I had the opportunity to not only travel with that brother. He used to take me to Shaq's house when he played for the Orlando Magic. Like every other week, I swear to God, we was going to Shaq's house with Dennis Scott. And big shout out to Lynn and the whole 3D crew back then. We used to have a time, y'all. And that grew to going to the, award circuit and him DJing and me being on the mic and just getting my feet wet into what would become my profession, And this was a guy outside of Wendell White, who is my other big brother and mentor, that really cared about me and saw my light when I didn't know what that light was and put it in perspective for me. And on Wendell's side, financially backed me. On Clark's side, put me in front of the world. I'm talking about the world. And, it's a big loss, man. It's a big loss in my life. If you follow me or have seen my posts this past weekend, I had a video sent to me. It's actually playing in the background now. And in this moment, I was just stuck. I knew the gravity of what was going on. And for the first time in 4 years, because he's been battling cancer for 4 years. And in the first time in 4 years, the gravity of it hit me, and I cried. Like I cried right in that video. I got off stage, went and cried with his wife. But fast forward to Essence 2024 was the last time we were blessed to rock together. He and I were on main stage together that night, and he couldn't stand up, y'all. He kept having to sit down. And I knew something was off. I just knew it was off. I knew like it was coming to the point where he couldn't control it. And a couple weeks later, he came to Atlanta, which he's never come to my home in 32 years, y'all. Like he's never visited my home. We've always, seen each other on the road, been to dinners and all these things. He's never been in my home. And so he came to my home, and I knew that was his way of saying goodbye. He's such an ornery old Negro. And doesn't want to seem unlike Superman, And I just remember crying my motherfucking eyes out, snot in my beard and shit, because just, it's coming to that point. And, I never got the chance to hug on him and see him again. On his birthday, I texted him, didn't get a text back, and and then, he passed. So I love you, Clark Kent. I will always represent you, our time together. And it's a loss to the world. And to be honest with you, I said my weekend ended on a higher note, and I think I felt so full from all the love he got. I mean, you think you know what a person means to you, right? And then you see what they mean to the world. And I just hate that it's after, right? It's always after. And that's what, inspired episode 107, State of Necessary. We are in a state of necessary, y'all. We are not valuing our relationships. We are not pouring time into the people that have poured time into us. We let life, and I get it. Life takes over. You have families, you have responsibilities, but like these people, man, that saw you when no one saw you, that, lifted you up and helped you go to that level you wanted to go to in life, you have to check on them. Like you have to be present for them. And I just want to shout out his wife, Keisha Franklin. I love you, sis. And, when she called Jessica and I, we happened to be in the car together to tell us the news. I felt such a weight lifted from her. I do, man, because seeing your significant other, for 4 years deteriorate in front of you, like that has to be the worst feeling. So Keisha, you are one of the strongest humans I know. And in this process, y'all, she put together a documentary. She is now doing it with Angie Martinez. And big shout out to Angie Martinez. And they have an amazing documentary about this man's life and journey. Everybody is in it, from Jay-Z to myself, and all the people he's touched on his journey. So I want to talk about this a little bit. I'll start with you, Sugar, because I think, we're in a state of necessary. People always talk about state of emergency, and yes, we're going to get to this political space momentarily, but we're in a state of necessary, and it's necessary to, check on our relationships, and I just want to know how y'all feel about it.
So a few years ago, I started doing a lot of internal work on shame and vulnerability and just being present. And I think that doing that work really helped me to allow myself to be 100% present in all relationships, whether it was something platonic or something outside of a platonic relationship. You're going to know how I feel. I leave no stone unturned. I might get on your nerves by telling you I love you so much. Yeah. But I will not feel any kind of regret. When I almost lost my dad at the beginning of the year, it was another reminder. Be present. Let people actually know how you feel. And just do not regret anything. I don't have a problem sharing how I feel. It's not going to hurt me. Even if I'm in a new relationship, if I feel something, I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah. And you have to.
And you have to.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. And Ken, I was saying in the Soul Food Sunday, time is unforgiving. You cannot get the time back. You just, and I get emotional thinking about it because it's like, Clark was at my wedding. He carried my wife through the threshold. But the very next year, he had Jungle. I had Kenny. You know what I mean? Like, we started our families in time. Your family takes your time. Like, providing for your family takes your time. And then, like, to go through life, and like I said, we didn't do holidays together. We should have. You know what I'm saying? We should have. He didn't, my immediate crew. He's a part of my immediate crew, but he wasn't on the family vacations. And it's just things. And clearly, everybody's busy. Everybody's working. And when you get back together, it's the thing. It's the thing, right? But time is so unforgiving, Ken, and we can't get it back.
You're correct. And it brought some things in me up when I watched your Soul Food Sunday, because I was like, damn, I do have people that I haven't had a chance to spend a whole lot of time with, but they know I love them. And when we connect, it's like you said, it's always connecting. My communication with my friends and my family, I communicate well with my thoughts and things like that. I'm very mindful and intentional about the spaces I spend my time in. I don't go into places where it's not good energy, or it's a place where I don't feel loved. I want to be around people where the love exists, and is undeniable. Like, when we walk in the room, I'm with people, I'm safe here. Yeah, and so for me, with my growth, I've said that I want to provide a safe space for who's ever around me. I'm not judging anyone. I want to show love and inspire in whatever that looks like. And so I'm going to be more intentional and I'm kind of getting emotional because I know I haven't been that present because life happens. But I'm going to be more intentional about spending time with my loved ones.
Yeah, and it's important, and I love you. And it's a real thing. Because at the end of the day, you are not on this planet forever. And the regrets, to Sugar's point, it will tear you up. If you don't close things out, if people don't, and that's the thing too, is like, he was very private, with the illness. And a lot of us, his friends and brothers and sisters, were just like, damn, like, no, everybody should let you know how much you're loved. That's why, like I was saying this weekend, the outpouring of posts, it was, for me, it bugged me out. Someone who knows him for 34 years almost, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was seeing people I didn't know. And ironically, the way the algorithm works, because all of that energy was coming my way, all these people I don't follow are on my page with Clark Kent. And I was loving it. It was filling my cup and filling my spirit. But ladies and gentlemen, just remember that you have to say it out loud. No one's gonna know you're hurting, gonna know you're sick if you don't say it out loud. No one's gonna know what you're going through if you don't say it out loud. And we all need, D-Nice and I were talking, I want everybody to know. I want to feel the love. I want to be present. That's why I create these times. D-Nice and I made a conscious decision. We're gonna do something once a quarter. nice and burns, because we want to put the energy into the world. Allison, big shout out to Allison. She sent me that video I played. And every emotion I was feeling, that video represented. And that was the end. And that's why I said in my post, I'm not letting go, I'm letting God. I'm full. I know that he knows. And in that moment, you could see it. You could feel. I mean, it was so many people in my DM crying in voice notes, texting me, crying. But that's what I want to evoke with my life. As much as I make you laugh and have a good time, I want you to feel the real. We have to have real intention, to Ken's point, about what we are feeling, ingesting, and spreading. But anyway, I love y'all. I'm about to start crying on this motherfucking child. I gotta get into this show. So I want to, get into State of Necessary, episode 107, and we are a week away from an election. I want to recenter this and refocus it, and I want to play a clip from our forever First Lady, Michelle Obama, from a recent Kamala Harris rally.
See anyone out there thinking about sitting out this election or voting for Donald Trump or a third-party candidate in protest because you're fed up? Let me warn you, your rage does not exist in a vacuum. If we don't get this election right, your wife, your daughter, your mother, we as women will become collateral damage to your rage. Are you as men prepared to look into the eyes of the women and children you love and tell them that you supported this assault on our safety?
Listen, your wife, your sisters are going to become collateral damage to your rage. I don't understand the type of person that supports this, man. Talk to me, Sugar, because I got something to say.
The amount of selfishness that is existing right now is so wild, because I was volunteering over the weekend, right?
Yes.
Making phone calls.
Come on.
On behalf of the Tennessee Democratic Party for one of the Senate people, right?
And TKBS, yes.
That's the least I could do, right?
Yes.
I ain't knocking on no doors because people are weird, but they can hang up on the phone and I'll be safe, right?
Right.
I have done the knocking on the doors thing, but I ain't gonna do that this year. Y'all, when I tell you I spoke to a lady and the call was actually to her husband. She answered and she was like, no, this isn't whatever his name was. This is so-and-so. She said, but my husband is a hard sell. I am doing my best. I promise. She kept me on the phone for like 7 or 8 minutes. She was just like, he's not an a-hole, but he just feels, she said, I think he just wants to be controversial. I said, what about, can you ship it this? She was like, he's a small business owner. I said, okay, look up this information on the benefits for small business owners that candidate Harris is doing, da-da-da-da-da. She was like, okay, I'm going to look that up and maybe I can just give it to him. I said, yeah. And I said, listen, sometimes you got to let him think he's making a decision. My mama has taught me that with my dad.
Come on.
You let him think he's making a decision and do whatever you got to do. And so she was just like, I'm doing my best. I just cannot believe this is my husband. I said, and she was just like, he's just such a good person. So I think that it is so important to look at how it affects other people other than yourself.
Facts.
That's something that we have to think about in all facets of our lives. So that's why I always speak up if I see somebody being mistreated in public. Because what if that was somebody I love? And what if this is the one thing that helps them not die that day?
Yes, absolutely.
So I think that that's one of the main things that we have to do is make sure that we're thinking about others that might be affected, even if it doesn't affect us.
Absolutely. And big shout out to the One Music Fest. They just celebrated their 15-year anniversary here, and I'm coming to you, Ken. It's amazing to me because I'm there with the Collective PAC and votetolive.org. And we've been doing the good work here at the Kenny Burns Show. Like, we have done our civic duty to educate, to inform, impact, inspire, right? We're doing all the things, to get people to these polls. And I'm in there interviewing people. And of course, the majority of people that I'm interviewing on the right side of history. But then you got the motherfuckers talking about they ain't voting or they not registered to vote. I'm like, what world do we live in, Ken? Because I'm confused on how you don't see what's at stake.
I'm confused too. That's the bottom line. How can you see that your freedom is at stake and you just sit and do nothing?
Nothing?
And the same for men with wives and daughters and nieces, nephews, mothers. How can you sit back and let something go and don't vote Roe versus Wade is a major thing. This
Absolutely.
is, like I said earlier, it's not just about an unwanted child. It's about life or death. You could lose your wife. You could lose your daughter. You don't know who may be in a situation where they have to make that choice. And for men to sit back and do nothing, that's surprising. And I just don't get that. I also don't understand how women can vote for a man that is not supporting them.
At all.
They don't like you. I understand some women are older and they're not looking at the things that they go through because they ain't having no more kids. But at the end of the day, don't forget about the ones that's younger than you. You're doing them an injustice by not voting or voting for someone that's taking that right away. I mean, these people need to come back to reality and understand what's really at stake.
No question. And the gag is the ones that are making these decisions, Donald Trump,
disrespectful ass bitch,
is about to leave this world.
Forever.
So everything they are doing is self-serving. Because there's no way you can support that kind of rhetoric or energy. You are making decisions, to Kendra's point, not thinking about the future of it. That's including his kids. But he has a mail-order bride as a wife. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is not, I'm serious. And you can clearly see from this weekend's rally that it is purely transactional. She is disgusted. And the only reason I'm referring to her as a mail-order bride is because you are continuously showing up for this man when he has never showed up for you. And another thing that happened in this rally, y'all, did y'all see the comedian Tony Hinchcliffe in his remarks this weekend at the Trump rally? Watch this, TKBS Nation.
Heck yeah, it's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that, a lampshade? Look at this guy. I'm just kidding, that's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun, we carved watermelons together. It was awesome. You know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay, all right, okay. We're getting there. Welcome, migrants, to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country.
Yeah, I don't understand, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Donald Trump rally at the Madison Square Garden, the world famous Madison Square Garden. And it was packed. For the first time ever, I've seen a packed Trump rally, right? But ladies and gentlemen, everybody who was speaking was damn near a racist. I'm not gonna say everybody, but I'm saying everybody was a racist. It's no longer hidden. It is out in front of you. Please, Kendra, come in and talk to me about this, because what they would normally say behind closed doors, they are saying in front of your face, and they amplify. They might not be saying nigga, but they saying Spanish, Asian, they saying immunity for police, which is kill black people. I don't know what you hearing, but that's what I'm hearing.
We both heard the same thing. And all the people in the audience heard exactly what he said. And if I was in that audience as a black person, a Latina, or any other immigrant that came here from, decades ago, or whatever your situation was, you should have ran your ass up out that room.
Period.
Because they've been telling them that they don't like them. I don't understand where the disconnect is happening. I mean, are they that foolish? Are they being paid to be there? Because you still couldn't even pay me to come into a room like that.
Kendra, it's getting worse though. They've been saying it, but they are 10x, 20x in their statements, amplification wise.
Because they don't give a fuck.
They don't, and they showing you. And they showing you just how stupid you are. Because listen, Sugar, I need your opinion on this. We are going to be the most affected. He not saying, I'm sorry, the majority of them are not saying black. But they saying Spanish, Latino, Mexican. Those are our brothers. We are all immigrants. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a nation of immigrants. That makes up this beautiful idea, which was America.
That just makes me cringe, because this is a continuation of them trying to rewrite history.
Yeah.
When you said we are a nation of immigrants, yeah, but they want to act like they were here first, or they want to act like it wasn't this, it's this or that.
Yeah.
Like, but you acting like it's something that it's not. Again, unfortunately, this is now what the Republican Party stands for. And unfortunately, you are talking about something and then you'll say, no, that's not what we said.
Right.
Actually,
and it is. It is. We heard
and
you.
You are spewing all of this misinformation in there and you're saying, is that what you got from that? Absolutely, because that's what you said.
You're talking about the J.D. Vance thing too. I know.
Right. This is wild. It's just like, what in the world is happening to the people that we grew up with, the people that we walk side by side with, that
Come
we play
on,
sports
sugar.
with? Everybody has gotten crazier.
Yes.
I'm like, you over there. I think I talked about this on another episode. A girl that I played softball with was cool with the family. We did all kinds of things together, posted something about J.D. Vance and how he should be accepted and nobody should speak poorly about him. Your husband is a football coach at a D1 school and you got these black boys around your children every day. You don't see how this affects them? This is the problem that I see. If it doesn't affect you, you are okay with it.
Yes.
But you got to see how it affects the people that you so-called love.
Yes.
Do you actually love them or are you using them?
Yeah, but sugar, that's the thing. It is a transactional world. We ain't stupid. But the blatant disrespect, the blatant tyranny in the media, I mean, these are tyrants in the media. These are terrorists. When to your point, I'm watching the J.D. Vance thing and I'm like, oh, he is an evil genius. Because his wordplay and ability to denounce something that is true, but then do a spin like you're not. He kept telling the CNN reporters, like, that's not, the way these media, he's saying exactly what their playbook is. And I'm like, oh, they doubling down. Oh, and mind y'all, I don't know if y'all know the significance of doing it in Madison Square Garden and what they really wanted to do. And kind of how it all aligns. I'm gonna play this clip, Nation. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this.
America is for Americans and Americans only.
Yeah, he talking about that piece of shit. Yeah, you, Donald Trump. But ladies and gentlemen, he said America is for Americans and Americans only. I don't know what y'all not getting because, ladies and gentlemen, in 1934, Hitler also said Germany is for Germans and Germans only. Y'all not seeing the significance. They are telling you what they doing as they are doing it. This man has took away your reproductive rights, women. Yeah. You don't mean nothing to that man. Come on, Kendra, tell me, because I don't understand how people aren't connecting the dots.
We ain't gonna understand because we're not ignorant.
Ooh,
we
I
take
like that.
what someone says and take it for what they said. You show me who you are, I'm gonna believe you. And I believe that he is the racist that he is, that he have showed us over the time of his life.
Yes.
Like, he's trying to get himself out of whatever situation he is with these 34 felonies. First of all, the clip that I shared on my social media with Michelle Obama talking about how everyone wants Kamala to dazzle us with all this grace and all these things, but they're forgetting about the man that he is, the 34 felonies, how he has been convicted of sexual harassing women and all the things, the racist things that he have done as a landlord and everything. I just don't understand how people can be so
blind.
Not even blind, but just ignore the facts.
Yeah.
You guys are ignoring the facts. The facts he has showed us in his first presidential nomination what he was going to do.
Listen.
What the hell y'all think he's going to do this time? When he come in this time, he's going to wreak havoc amongst the United States.
All his enemies. The enemies within.
And he going to sell our ass to Russia and we going to be screwed. You hear me? It's so much deeper than just who you like more. No, our freedom, everything right now is at stake, and I need y'all to act like it is.
Yeah, she got that motherfucking belt out. They need whoopings. Sugar, these people are literally acting like they not hearing what's going on. They acting like they don't see the people saying it, Sugar.
It's crazy because, like I said on another episode, when people try to just talk about the things that they've heard, the sound bites, but they won't do anything about fact checking. You have the right to know the truth. If you choose not to know the truth, that's up to you. Now, let's spin this a little bit. The conspiracy theorists. We love you, but you have lost your minds, guys.
Come on.
I'm not getting ready to go back and forth with you talking about choosing the lesser of two evils is still evil. Honey, we live in a country where all of these people are on the presidential ballot.
Yeah.
Quit trying to split the vote. We know who it's between.
Yes.
Do your diligence and do what you were supposed to do. Do not be trying to vote for nobody in the Green Party, independent party.
They're not going to do nothing ever.
I'm not saying that they're not good people and might not.
But they're not going to make it.
In the real world, they might be great for the country, but they're not going to make it. That's not how this works. So, and don't get on the social media platform trying to argue me down about something about you don't care about being black, baby. You do not even know.
Hello?
I'm blackity black all the time. Thank you.
Blackity black, blue black on the inside. I am with y'all, and it's just getting to the point where you have to start making people uncomfortable. If there are people around you supporting this foolishness, talk to them. And I'm not talking about get at nobody, I ain't talking about fight nobody, I'm not talking about none of that. But talk to them. Because I got to know. I can't be around a person that... The lady asked me on the plane to take a picture of the J.D. Vance and Trump plane. I said, well, before I take this picture for you, are you voting for them? Or you just want to show that they outside? What's the purpose of me taking it? Because I want to know. White woman. It's like,
oh, no. I was just, bugging at the planes.
I said, you didn't answer the question. Hold that phone. I ain't taking shit. And I want people to feel uncomfortable because I don't fuck with you.
I don't fuck with you.
And I'm telling all my peers, if you are quiet or silent in this election, I don't fuck with you. I could be around you. I could work with you. I could see you and even speak, but I don't fuck with you. We are not aligned on anything.
Now check that.
And you can ask Tiffany. There's somebody right now that Tiffany's working on something because they not working on it no more because they just won't let go of the Trump shit. I can't fuck with you. I don't care if you got my money. I don't care if we in the middle of something. I will quit you like I quit that girl in the 7th grade. And I'm not gonna get into that story. But ladies and gentlemen, if you need a ride to the polls, I need you to go to votelive.org. Get you a ride. All the people that listen to the nation that are confused and you need information, go to votelive.org. People died so you can have this right. Died, literally aren't here anymore. Families have been abused. Mothers had, Dr. Martin Luther King, mama was killed because of his efforts. But guess how many people have benefited from his, don't get me started. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at 10 p.m., the Black Men's Summit is airing on BET, hosted by D.L. Hughley, co-hosted by Kenny Burns. Yes, I took it over. I might be starting the motherfucker, okay? They should have had me up there next to him the whole time because anyway, tonight, the Black Men's Summit on BET. Make sure you tap in because the dream is real. And now it's time for Live from the Comments section. I know you got something for me, Kendra.
I do. Okay.
Oh, I did. She said that like, oh, Kendra.
Listen, this whole conversation got me all excited and shit. I'm over here. I need to calm down. Okay. So my comment is from Brown Sugar, and her comment was about me not being able to wrap my head around why they making the decisions they are. Here's her comment. That's what I want to know too. I can't wrap my head around this. The concept when Dump is showing these stupid ass people exactly who he is, we as people can never move ahead. It's sad. And it is sad. And she don't understand it. We don't understand it. No one understands it because it's ignorant to be able to support someone. It's kind of like the slave mentality.
It is.
Like why are y'all stuck someplace that you don't even have to be stuck there? Let's move ahead, vote right. And I'm glad that I was able to vote early. It's done with. I don't have to stand in any lines. If you're in a state where you can vote early, I would truly recommend doing so.
Yes.
So you guys be on the right side of history.
Come on.
And vote against this bull crap that's going on. and vote for Harrison Waltz.
I love that. Bull crap. She want to say bullshit. I said it for her.
I sure did.
Get to the polls by November 1st early, like Kendra said. Y'all, what y'all waiting for? Because the 5th is going to be crazy. You want to get there, get comfortable. Now, if you can't go to the 5th, it's okay. Come on, Dr. Sugar. I know you got something from the comment section.
All right. I've got something from Miss B Spoke, and this was on the video where I was
your page?
Barely. Yes, it was under one of my videos. Thanks, Miss B Spoke. Barely, baby. But we were talking about how people didn't stand up for Detroit whenever your boy was talking about, we're going to me wanting Detroit. Boy, please.
What
okay.
up,
So Miss B Spoke said, we need to get back to the times when we were so protective of our family name that we wouldn't dare allow it to be associated with anything unseemly, disgraceful, or anti-community. Absolutely. Because why? We got to stick up for each other. We have to create safe spaces for ourselves because nobody else is going to create them for us. And that's why we need to stick together. Stop acting like you better than you. Baby, we all trying to get the same thing. So everybody just calm down, reel it in, and like Ken said, get to the voting places and cast your ballot. In Tennessee, the 31st is the last day for early voting. You can go to tnvotes.org to find out all of the information about your polling place. All of my Tennesseans, get out there and do what you got to do, baby.
The fuck wrong with y'all? Tiffany, do we have some live from the comments?
Yes, we do. We actually have 2, and they are action-packed today, okay?
Ooh, okay.
The first one comes from Tay Ule. You know we miss him on the show.
We love you, Ka. What's up, Ka?
And this was in response to your the clip last week that you posted, talking about people, voting against their own interests.
Yeah.
He said, look at the majority of the people that Republicans highlight when it comes to the black vote. They're usually grifters with the intellectual capacity befitting of selling out. Their contribution to the betterment of society is entrenched in self-servitude, self-sabotage, and degradation. This should let you know how many Republicans feel about the black community as they select the individuals of representation.
Say, you always come with a word. Or 16. I don't know how many words in that motherfucker, but you had a few. I agree, because at the end of the day, you can't expect yourself and others. I know it's frustrating. I know it is frustrating to constantly see the rhetoric and then to see people still support it. Okay, so at this point, you do support it. At this point, use a white nigga. Okay, I'm talking to you black folk. You what they call the Oreo back in the day. You just think that white is right, and you're just gonna keep going until your own self-destruction and your community self-destruction. That's who you are. That's who you are. There's no policy in place because he don't talk about policy. He did not do nothing but fuck up the balanced budget Obama gave him. I can't hear any more rhetoric. And most of you are married to a white woman. I'm not even gonna hold you. And it's nothing wrong because there are plenty of black men that are married to white women that are on the right side of history. But y'all motherfuckers is a special kind of coon. I'm sorry. Go ahead, that girl.
That ain't that it. But in our second one comes from YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube audience. Y'all been kicking it. It's from Claudette Squires 474. She said, love this conversation. And this is to you guys on the whole episode.
Come on.
She said, I too am saddened by the views of the young brother in reference to VP Harris. That was KB that was talking about whenever you had to stop the taping.
All from Slutty Vegan. Mm-hmm. KT is his name. Big shout out to KT. Hope you know better now, brother.
Yes, KT, we hope you do. And so does Claudette. She said, as stated by KB and both co-hosts, the information is at our fingertips. Many choose not to put forth the effort to find out the truth with a sad face.
Yeah, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You cannot run from the motherfucking truth. The truth is the truth. And the truth is, let's run through it real quick. The truth is, they don't fuck with y'all. Oh, no. They don't even fuck with their own. They the type that will send their 18-year-old kids back in the 50s to die over power. Nothing else. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear about these small groups of people that are such terrorists that they could take over the mighty United States of America. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, but y'all like power. Oh, yeah. You coons, and I'm going to start referring to, I'm tired of being nice. You coons, you like the power. And I'm not talking about TV show. There's nothing wrong with ingesting something that is not the majority of what you take in. I don't want you to let that go over your head. But see, what you're taking in is the playbook from the narcissistic, classist, racist motherfuckers that built this country. Oh, and America really is a diverse nation. They can't help it. That's why they don't want these abortions. They want these white babies being born because they are getting mixed breed kids over and over and over again. Because guess what? This is America. This is what they see every day. This is what they go to school with. This is who they love. Oh, it hurts your soul, you white, racist, Anglo-Saxon, waspy devils. And I'm not talking to the ones that's on the right side of history because that description doesn't fit you. I'm not talking to you. But ladies and gentlemen, the only thing they ain't have in Madison Square Garden yesterday was the motherfucking flags and them swastikas. Because to me, it looked like 1934. All right, don't let that go over your head. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for As the World Turns with Kenny Burns. So all you Trump supporters, yes you still don't see the danger in your support? This man and his cronies are telling you exactly what they are going to do to our country if he is elected. And the closer we get to the election, they not doing nothing but amplifying their messaging. Puerto Rico. He allows someone to call your home trash. Yeah, that comedian was at his rally and called your home trash. Black people, he does not fuck with you. From the Central Park 5 to bringing back total police immunity. Who do you think he is referring to? Women. I'm talking to all women because white women, you've been oppressed too. You are merely a figment of this white man's imagination. You are a sex working, child carrying, no matter if you want to have the baby or not, piece of meat. He does not honor your superpowers. To him, you serve no purpose in this world. Men, you motherfuckers that are supporting him, I'm talking to all of y'all. If you love and respect your mama, your sisters, aunties, your big mama, your wife, then you couldn't possibly have those same feelings for a racist, narcissist, classist. All right, I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck. We're a week away from the election, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to get your ass to the polls. And if you ain't feel that in your spirit, you ain't supposed to be here no way. All right, I love y'all in real life. Do not forget tonight, 10 p.m., the Black Men's Summit on BET with your lifestyle specialist. I love y'all in real life. Dr. Sugar Kendra, y'all brought my spirits back. I appreciate you. Tiffany Ron's in here. Always keep an ex-con around. Come on, baby. Let's get us up out of here, Ken.
I got you, Ken. The dream.
Come on, Ken.
It's real.
The dream is real.